Hey, what's up? Dean, Super Performance at the shop. It is Sunday, which gotta do what you gotta do. So, Jonathan's Ranger, I got the fuse box set back in place. The fans are wired up with inline fuses run straight to the battery tap, if you want to call it that, for the fuse box. It's just setting on the tabs, it's not shoved all the way in. I ended up reversing the relays to the inside of the box. They won't fit behind there. I thought they would, but they won't. No big deal. Master cylinder, or the clutch reservoir, is kind of just, it's setting in there. I got to find a little push pin for it and then start taping up all the wiring once I get like the fuel level sorted. And then there's this one here, reverse light power for the transmission. These are the AC wires and the terminator input for the AC cycling. I did get the coil harness, so I got it on this side and routed it up to the back and plugged it in. This side, I got the two plugged in. Remember, I got to build a bracket, so until I build that bracket, I'm gonna hold off on routing it, whatever. Still waiting on the fuel fittings to come in. Omar's Caprice, I got the front CVF drive kit. The intake is all fully bolted down. I got all the rail fittings in. On this side, I'm going to do the transducer adapter with a 90 to this side. I got to order some fittings, but I got the back rail. The way I'm going to run his fuel is I got the regulator. He brought the regulator. So I'm going to use the regulator. I put the fittings in just in it for now. They're not tight. But the gauge is in it, so we can do like look at the gauge, look at the transducer, make sure everything's good. I'm going to mount the regulator. I think I'm going to mount the regulator somewhere kind of behind the motor-ish, sort of, in this area, I think. I haven't fully decided if I want to put it there or, maybe tuck it down on the frame rail somewhere so it's a little more hidden. But I'm going to feed a dash 8 to that side of the rail over there, and then it'll come up. It'll cross over to this side of the rail. Then it'll go back to this dash 6, which will be the return to the regulator, then to the tank. So that'll cover all the fuel. He's got the filters. And then we started just little by little sorting out some more of the wiring stuff. And then we're kind of at a standstill. He's got some valve covers for it. We got to get injectors for it. There's a ton of stuff he needs to get before we can really do anything else other than the wiring on the car, like the chassis wiring. So, and the big issue with this car is going to be figuring out power windows, power doors. There was something else, power locks, because that fuse box that he got only has power windows. I believe, and maybe it's power windows and power door locks. It might be power window. And I want to say this is door lock. Sorry. Yep, power door lock. So we got power window, power door lock. I guess that works. Is that all there is? Power windows, power door locks? Yeah. So I guess that works. But we got to figure out the harness. We have to figure out the door harness. I don't know. It's there somewhere. It's a massive harness. Then it's got to go to the back doors. So a little bit of a situation with that. He brought the shifter, some other stuff I can't remember. Yeah, I got to mount the reservoir, power steering reservoir, and make the line for that, make both lines for that. So power steering pumps on. Let's see what they give us for fittings. So that's a dash 6. That's nice. Then I believe this will be an 8. And that's a dash 10. So it's going to get fed with a dash 10, and it'll feed the box with a dash 6, then like a maybe a -6 back to the reservoir, depending on what the reservoir has. I haven't even looked at it. So most likely gonna try and mount the reservoir somewhere over in here, maybe off of this pillar, do a couple tabs out and hold the reservoir right here. So it's, you know, the cap is right here for it, and then we'll run the lines. Yeah, and then we had Eric's Sierra, which also we got the 66 back. That's got some serious issues going with it. I believe it's got some bad injectors from letting the fuel sit too long, but we got Eric's Sierra that I just finished the cam kit, the tick. It's like a stock converter cam that they offer, so you don't have to do a stall converter or nothing, but I just got everything back together. So like I said, this was my first LT motor, Gen 5 I guess you call it. 5.3, did the tick cam, deletes the AFM, deletes the DOD, gets rid of everything. So I got it back together 100%. Everything looks good, looks factory, looks good. I figured out all his stereo wires he had. He doubled up the battery. So a couple wires for me are confusing. If I don't take them off, I don't know where they go. I think I got to put a nut on one of those wires over there, now that I think about that. I don't see anything left up there, but Justin, we just went through and wrote a bass tune for it. Don't worry about that. I poured a bunch of water because I initially forgot to undo that clamp there, so it puked a bunch of coolant out of that hose, but I got the clamp on there now, and I just poured a ton of water all over everything. So, but she's quiet, but it's got a little lump to it. Like I said, this is just a base map to get it going to shut everything off. So that's where we're at. I will be here tomorrow, hopefully finishing up the tune on that. Hopefully that all goes well. I gotta back it up, and then looks like the old man hit his garage. He keeps this in a very, very small garage, so he definitely caught the edge of the fender there. That sucks. That ain't gonna buff out, but it's a beautiful color on the truck. I really do like it. I guess he has it sold. That's kind of why we need to get it. Oh, silhouette. That's kind of why we need to get it up and running again. I believe he sold it. Gen 5 motors, just if anybody does it, your hard lines for the fuel rail, the factory says, are non-reusable. So that was the holdup with that truck, because we had to order fuel rails. So Chris, with the tealish kind of aqua, I don't know what color you call it, Capri that drag races, he grabbed those for us from the dealer. Jeffrey, I mean, he didn't do much. He brought them up, not a big deal. I built custom control arms for his reef ride bean, and you know, he didn't pay me for them, so I feel like he owes me those. But no, I really do appreciate everybody that helps me out. Chris getting the lines for me, Jeff bringing them up to me. So I have super good people I surround myself with most of the time. Occasionally you get that little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs people, but we are plugging away. So the plan tomorrow, I say this every day, plan tomorrow is to build that bracket and get those coils mounted. I can't find the damn coils. I know I have them, I just can't find them, so I'm going to snatch a couple off my truck. I actually have my set back there on the shelf. Right there on the shelf. They're the same coils. So I'm going to grab 2 coils off of here, and I believe they're the same coils. Yeah, those are the same coils. So I'm going to grab 2 off of there and stick them on Jonathan's newly custom bracket. Yeah. So that's what I got. Tomorrow I'll be here for a little while. Then I leave. I go out of town with my wife. We go see the Wolves in Chipley, Florida. I don't remember what the park is called, but it's in Chipley, Florida. It's cool. You get to interact with the Wolves. So that's what we're going to do for my wife's birthday. That was in January, and the tornado came through there. But I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. Leave me a comment. Have a good Sunday.